Listen, Roger.
Yeah.
Tell us, did you hear the gentleman who called about the Turkish UFO?
Oh, I certainly did.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with that?
Yeah, that same, I don't know if it was the same craft, but it was certainly one that looked exactly like it. Was 2 years in a row. I was there both times looking through the viewfinder of the camera. Now, the camera was mounted on sticks, and it had a 200-millimeter lens and an electronic doubler. So we were able to push very, very close on the craft. Now, just as a background, the craft was lit by a moon that was very, very bright in the sky. And so that illuminated the external portion of the craft. Now, whatever you want to call them, viewing ports, windows, whatever, there was apparently 3 that were visible. And in the 3, you could see, the typical bumper sticker gray aliens. Now, what he said about the analysis, it was true. That was sent in, and it was proven that it was not a hoax, and that there was, a genuine video, and what was being seen was reality. But that was only one session with the video undergoing analysis. Later on, a Chilean video expert at the video and looked at it, and what he did was, instead of looking at the craft, he concentrated on the beings that were being seen, and was able to tell what was going on, what they were doing. What he did was he split.
Fascinating.
He split each frame into 2 segments with a frame splitter. It goes, video is 30 frames per second, so you double that amount, so you can get 60 visual fields. And he not only was able to draw what was there, so there was a mixture of the typical, bumper sticker, large-headed, big-eyed gray aliens, but there was other ones there who were not grays that sort of had an elongated face. I couldn't tell what category to put them in, whether they were reptilians or insectoids, but there were some other humanoid beings that were there, and they were engaged in some kind of an activity. So it was a fascinating analysis, and this guy is one of the world's foremost video analysts.
And because the U.S. media has made a 60-year commitment to the idea that this is all nonsense, we didn't get to read a single word about this.
No.
Well, now we know.
There was a bright full moon, and below the moon was this little bright spot. We didn't know what it was, and we were filming out over the water. There was no structures in the water. There was no oil platforms. There was no ships going by, and we zoomed in. This camera had a 200-millimeter lens and an electronic doubler, so we were able to get very tight on the leading edge of the craft. The craft, you have to realize, is being lit by the moonlight, which is, as I said, a very bright moon. And then right in the front of the craft, there appeared to be 3 windows, viewing ports, whatever you want to call them. And standing in these viewing ports were typical bumper sticker gray aliens. And I saw this, I looked through the camera myself, and unfortunately we recorded it. That video went to a university in Istanbul and went over extremely intense scrutiny by the Turkish government, and then the video was also sent to the UK and several other countries for analysis. by the time all that had been done, it had already been on the internet and could absolutely not be suppressed from the public. Recently, this year, the video was given to a analyst in Chile, and he did another review of the film, but this time, instead of concentrating on the craft, he concentrated on the occupants. And on my website, alienscalpel.com, you'll see the entire Chilean analysis.